Get ready, Central Georgia.
This is Alex Habersham, publisher of the Make Middle Georgia Black Pages. I'm happy to inform the community, particularly business owners, that we're working on a new edition of the Make Middle Georgia Black Pages and Resource Guide.
Coming soon.
So call today. You need to be a part of this.
Your resource guide to identify Black-owned businesses throughout Central Georgia.
You either get your free listing and or your ad in the upcoming edition.
We try to make it very easy through our book, electronic and digital formats, and social media. Reserve your ad space today.
Call 478-464-0074.
Visit our website at makingblackpages.com.
You cannot afford not to advertise.
Download the app.
The new Making Middle Georgia Black Pages and Resource Guide is on the way.
Coming soon.
Hello, my name is Garrett Williams. I'm Scout Executive CEO of the Central Georgia Council Boy Scouts of America. We would like to tell you about an exciting event that we have coming up on Thursday, November the 10th, 6:30 p.m. It's called our Stronger Together Gala and will be held at the Tubman Museum.
Hello, my name is Paul Little and I am the event chairman for this amazing event. It's going to be a night of food, fellowship, and entertainment as we're honoring some local game changers who are impacting the Middle Georgia community. That list includes Susannah Maddox,
Principal Bernard Young and Judge Shay Young,
Karen Middleton,
and Dr. Tanzy Kilcrease. To purchase tickets, go to our website, www.centralgeorgiacouncil.org.
We look forward to seeing you there.
The Central Georgia Council, BSA, is proud to announce this year's Stronger Together Gala, honoring our Whitney M. Young Jr. Service Award recipients. Join us and our keynote speaker, Otha Thornton, for this premier gathering at the Tubman Museum, November 10th. Honorees include Susannah Maddox, Karen Middleton, Honorable Shay Young, and Bernard Young. Also, we'll present Dr. Tanzy Kilcrease with the Fretwell Award for her outstanding leadership in education. Text STRONGER to 844-615-4269.
Oftentimes, there are programs and activities in our community that can help us address many of the problems that we're having in our community. But the problem is oftentimes people don't realize what the programs are, and they kind of know and don't support it. Well, I'm here today to talk about an event, but most importantly, to talk about the program that's sponsoring that event, and that's scouting. Scouting. You know, and I know it's been around a long time because I used to be a scout back in the dark ages when I was a boy, and I realized the kind of impact, effect, and influence that it had on me. So I just finished a conversation with my guest today, Pastor Paul Little and Dr. Garrett Williams.
I'll take that title. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give it to you.
Thank you.
They both are deeply involved. Of course, Garrett is the executive director of Boy Scout and Scout Reach and all the other good names they call it. And for years, Reverend Little has been involved in the event that's coming up, which is the Whitney Young and Other Awards. But I want to come out of the chute today asking everybody under the sound of our voices to be more conscientious about scouting and the role that they can play in addressing many of the problems that we're having in our community, particularly with young people, old folk too.
Yes, sir.
Because what can happen as it relates to older people, you know, they can gain a lot from scouting by giving back, by being involved, by being scoutmasters, by being mentors. So I'm more than a little happy today to be able to bring this program to you. But don't forget what I said. You know, I want to kind of prick your conscientiousness as it relates to the importance of scouting and all that you can do. How y'all doing today?
Doing wonderful. Happy to be here and happy for the opportunity. Thank you.
Doing well. Thank you, Mr. Habersham. We appreciate you so much for your influence and for you lending us this opportunity. We appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I appreciate the opportunity. Garrett, let's start with you. Just tell a little bit about yourself and what you do.
Yeah, so my name is Garrett Williams. I serve, well, let me back up. I have the privilege to serve as the executive director and scout executive for the Central Georgia Council Boy Scouts of America. We serve 24 counties in the Middle Georgia market, and we have the opportunity to provide service to over 107,000 boys and girls that are in our market, ages 5 to 20. And so we offer programs of leadership development, mentoring, workforce development for young people in the communities that we serve. And so it just gives us a great privilege to work to try to make an impact every day, working through families, working through positive role models that are needed in every facet and every aspect of our community that can make the difference in the lives of the young men and women here in Middle Georgia.
That's outstanding. Pastor Lily, you've been involved with this award ceremony, this gala.
Yes, sir.
Quite some time. Talk a little bit about the history of your involvement and just, begin to kind of whet our appetites as it relates to what's going to be going on this year with the award.
Yes, sir. Thank you again. So I've been privileged at my church, Mount Zion Baptist Church. We've been privileged to serve as sponsors, to be a part of this amazing event. I was blessed to receive the award a few years ago, myself along with the church for our outreach efforts, along with yourself as well, who's also a Whitney M. Young award recipient. And so I was asked by Mr. Williams to be a part of the leadership. So now I'm officially the event chairman for the Whitney M. Young Gala, the Stronger Together Gala. And we're really excited about the opportunity to raise awareness about what we call local game changers, who are really doing a great job pushing the needle as it relates to community impact. And so this year, November the 10th, doors opening at 6 p.m. at the Tubman Museum. We've changed the location. We'll be at the Tubman this year. 6 p.m. Doors open. We'll start the celebration around 6:30. There'll be music. There'll be wonderful food by Chef Chelsea, who's a Black-owned business owner called Her Majesty's Kitchen. Mr. Habersham, if you have not tasted of her treats, I want to encourage you and others to please show up to be a part of the celebration and to join us for an amazing meal that's guaranteed to be a blessing to you, along with music again, along with networking and just connecting with other community leaders. It's going to be a great event, and we look forward to hosting this event so that we might spread awareness about all of the great things that's happening in our Middle Georgia community.
One of Billy Pitt's favorite expression is party with a purpose.
Party with a purpose.
That's right.
Absolutely.
That's
Absolutely.
going to be a party with a purpose, and it's outstanding. So who's invited? Who can come? What does it take to be able to witness this gala, Stronger Together?
Yes, sir. Garrett, if you would.
Yeah, sure. It's open to the public. Now, this is a opportunity to support scouting and help us expand our outreach services to the Bibb County and Middle Georgia market that we serve. And so you could come in for a ticket price of $70 and enjoy a great experience and see some top-notch individuals that are going to be receiving the Whitney M. Young Service Award and our Elbert K. Fretwell Educators Award as well. And so that will get you in the door. And if you desire to be a sponsor as well, there are sponsorship opportunities where you can come in and be a sponsor, either purchase a table, and there are also different sponsorship levels that are a little bit above that and below that, that could meet your price and meet your needs. And so with all those sponsorship levels, there's going to be some level of name recognition that's going to be involved, whether that be print, digital, and we make sure that we do a great job in working with Pastor Little and making sure that we take care of all of our sponsors in the way that they should be taken care of. So come to our website, centralgeorgiacouncil.org, and you can register there or give us a call at the Scout office at 478-743-9386. And because this is what I do, I'll even give you my cell phone number, 478-235-1689, and we'll be happy to get you connected to the event and get you involved with what we're doing on November the 10th.
Well, this event kind of have a triple purpose. you know, one thing that we want to do in Reverend Little and Director Garrett and Habersham, you know, triple people with a triple purpose.
That's
That's
absolutely
right. Absolutely
So
right.
what we want to do is bring light, if you please,
Yes.
on what scouting means and what it does. So we're going to recognize some people, and you know they've got a phenomenal speaker that we'll talk about. But I want the thread of the advantages of scouting because I want, you know, people say, well, I need Johnny. You know, let me tell you something. The way to keep these young people out of trouble is to get them involved in positive activities.
Yes, sir.
And, you know, we will be amazed at how much these young people can learn. I mean, you know, it's unbelievable the number of programs and the number of areas that scouting approaches and addresses. So we want to keep that theme in mind. We also want to recognize, you know, and then we can talk about them. You all can kind of split them up if you wish. But before we talk about them, you know, it's called the Whitney Young Award, you know, which is the highest award, and you know, and Reverend Lil, you know, since he bragging about he got one, he talked louder when he was talking about him, but I'm gonna talk loud about me.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Absolutely.
You got
That's
one
right.
too.
You got to do it.
Seriously, it was such an honor,
Yes,
you
sir.
know, to receive an award that was named after such a phenomenal African American. So, Gary, talk a little bit about Whitney.
Whitney Young was a pioneer. He was a true game changer. He operated at such a high level in our country.
Yeah.
Anytime a man that's in his 30s, late 30s, early 40s, had access to multiple presidents, could have worked in the White House, could have ran for politics, would have been a shoo-in, but decided that he had a higher cause to run and provide leadership to the Urban League and to make possibilities happen for those that are less fortunate in our nation. He grew that organization to unbelievable heights.
Yes.
And unfortunately, this young man out of Kentucky left us too early. But he was a game changer in our nation. And every time we have the opportunity to have an event like this, one of the first things we do is bring his name back up, not just by saying, hey, we're giving somebody this award. We want to let you know the difference that Whitney Young made in our community.
Yes.
That presidents called him for advice and guidance to help solve national issues.
Right.
And so you cannot get any stronger than that as an individual when you're talking about a person like Whitney Young.
No pun intended, stronger together.
Stronger together, that's right.
Yes, sir. Yes,
but
sir.
you know what, Reverend Little, you know, I was thinking, you know, we've had some phenomenal speakers now.
Yes, sir. Yes,
We've
sir.
had phenomenal speakers every time. What's that Honoree? How you pronounce that general's name?
Oh, General. Yes.
Huh?
Yeah, General Honoree.
Honoree.
Yes.
Sir.
You know, we've had him and the guy who they send, you know, to sub the EMA and to sub all of the things.
Correct.
You know, he came here. He was in Macon.
That's right.
And then, you know, the football player, you know,
we had Greg Ellis.
Greg Ellis, you know.
Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah. I mean, so, and this year we're going to have, you know, there ain't no slouch, Otha Thornton.
Otha Thornton.
You know, so let's talk a little bit about who the guest speaker is going to be for this event.
Yes, sir. Otha Thornton, the national PTO president, doing some phenomenal things as it relates to academic endeavors and challenging people, parents particularly, to get involved in their children's education. And so he's a phenomenal speaker, a phenomenal leader, has a military background. And we saw it as an opportunity to really amplify the voices of those who are doing some amazing work by looking and listening to this individual who's really setting the bar pretty high when you start talking about community impact. So he's going to be here live and in living color on November the 10th, 6:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. It's going to be an amazing event, guaranteed to really impact our souls when we start thinking about re-energizing ourselves for the work that's ahead of us. And so, Mr. Habersham, we consider you one of those local game changers as well, really not even local, regional, if you will. And being able to have your support in this endeavor has been really refreshing for us because it helps to push the mission forward. And I'm really believing that this event will not only be a time of celebration, but it'll also rejuvenate us to continue the work that we're doing here in our local community.
Absolutely. And then we also, and then another tier, if you please, as it relates to the event, is that the honorees, because not only Whitney Young and otha Thornton and General Honoree and Ellis, but there are some local folk now.
Yes, sir.
There are some local folk who are making a difference. So y'all kind of split them up and talk about who's going to receive what award, if you would. Gary, you start off.
Okay, let me start off with an award that we really added to this program a couple of years ago, and that is the Albert K. Fredwell Award, where we honor those that have or currently are making an impact in education. And our honoree this year for that award is Dr. Tanzy Kilcrease, who longtime member of our community, has done a great job and has a passion for education.
Yes.
She's now with the Georgia Department of Education, but she's got a story to tell you about how she came into her calling in the field of education. And I think it's going to be exciting to hear her story because she's a well-deserved recipient of this award, and we're so happy to honor her. Pastor, would you like to talk about some of the other Whitney M. Young Service Award recipients?
Absolutely. So this year, Mr. Habersham, we're doing something very unique. A couple of new features to the event. And one of them is this award that we're going to give to a power couple in our city. And that's Principal Bernard Young and Judge Shay Young of our juvenile court here in Middle Georgia. They're going to be receiving an award because they're doing some amazing work in their various spaces. Of course, Principal Young, who's the principal of Southwest High School, who's literally reshaping how we see academic leadership, his involvement in social media and TikTok, and how he's integrating social media into the academic space. Then, of course, his wife, Judge Shay Young, who's really pushing the needle as it relates to juvenile justice and various partnerships throughout the state that's helping to rehabilitate and to reconnect our young people with society after they've gone through the juvenile justice system. And so we're very excited about this power couple, Principal and Judge Shay Young, receiving the award. Really looking forward to how that's going to be a blessing to the community as well.
And we're also honoring a lady by the name of Karen Middleton.
All right.
Yes. Karen is a ball of fire. She makes things happen in the Middle Georgia community, this town we call Macon.
Absolutely.
She works with the Macon Housing Authority, and she truly has a passion for people and making a difference in the lives of young people, not only in public housing, but throughout our community. She's a leader. She's an author because she's written a couple of books.
Right.
She says she's a heck of a cook. We'll find out one day. But she's a game changer. She really knows how to make a difference, and we're honored that she's given her the privilege to honor her with this Whitney M. Young Service Award.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Then we're going to round it off with Susannah Maddox, who leads the Macon magazine. And if you've seen anything, in terms of journalism and publication, you know that Macon magazine is top tier.
Yes,
so she'll be receiving the award for her continuous efforts to tell narratives and stories that uplift our community, and not necessarily from the journalistic standpoint that always seem to promote the negative things about our community. It's so important that we rewrite the narrative because there are some positive things that are happening in Middle Georgia. We do have our challenges, we have our barriers, but there's a lot of things that are going well in our community, and she does an amazing job ensuring that those stories are being told. And so Susannah Maddox will be one of the Whitney M. Young recipients this year as well.
And I think that we need to be, we would be remiss if we didn't talk about her involvement with diversity, equity, and inclusion.
Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely.
And in her articles, she tries to grasp the entire community and all segments of the community.
That is so true, Mr.
I'm really pleased that, and she is so deserving as it relates to this award.
Yes.
Gary, talk a little bit about if somebody hears. I wish that we could, recruit another 50 Boy Scouts with this program minimum. So talk a little bit about what it takes, and then we'll round it out, Reverend Little, with your making another appeal and the invitation for people to come to the gala. But what does it take, to really be a part of scouting? How does that work?
It works just by getting in contact with our office and any field representatives that we have. We're blessed to be an organization that has the opportunity to leverage talented people, volunteers in our community. And so there's a volunteer pretty much on every corner that's doing something great with scouting. And you could contact one of our volunteers or even call our office, and we can find a place for your child in scouting. If you recall our speaker last year, Noah Harris, you remember Noah, Eagle Scout?
Young
guy, right? The first Black student body president of Harvard University.
Absolutely.
If you recall what he said about scouting, when you're first in scouting, first part of scouting, when you come into the program, you're learning how to lead. The last half of scouting, as you mature in the program, you are teaching others how to lead.
Yeah.
And so by getting your child in this program, they will reap the benefits of not only learning how to lead, but once they've learned that skill trait, they'll be able to teach others how to lead.
Yes.
And so all of that comes into helping us develop a healthy community, helping us to develop healthy young people that know how to make decisions. And so by giving our office a call, going to our website, I've given you my phone numbers. We can connect you with a local program in your community that will allow your child to thrive.
Yeah, that's outstanding. So, okay. So bring up the real for us, Reverend. Let's talk about the Stronger Together Gala.
Yes, sir.
Date, and if you would just shoot the awardees out once more and extend an invitation for everybody. You can buy the tickets, Garrett, online. Can you buy them?
You can buy the tickets online, just going to our website, centralgeorgiacouncil.org.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. And again, thank you, Mr. Habersham, for this opportunity. Again, personally, what you mean to me and my life and ministry. So again, thank you for your influence in my life and in our community. And again, thank you, Garrett, for the privilege to be able to partner with you year after year, just seeing some amazing momentum, and it's a blessing to be a part. November the 10th, everyone, from 6:30 p.m. to about 8:30 p.m., music, food, celebration. We have some amazing recipients, Susannah Maddox. We have Principal Young, Judge Shay Young. We have Karen Middleton, and we have Dr. Tanzy Kilcrease. Dr. Otha Thornton will be our speaker, and you're going to see some amazing media presentations telling the stories and the narratives of wonderful people who are doing some amazing things in the Middle Georgia community. It'll be great to have you to come out, to be with us, get dressed up. Let's get excited about all that's happening in our community. And let's make sure we tell the right stories as we're seeking to be a part of the solution and not just talking about the problem. And so that will be my appeal to you. Again, thank you for the privilege, Mr. Habersham, and we look forward to seeing you as well on that night.
Well, I want to thank both of you. Gary, you remember that story I told about Mother Teresa when I was with Billy Pitts.
That's right.
And the essence of that story is not what you do, it's what you have done for others.
That's right.
And I really applaud the two of you for all that you all are doing for others that make a difference.
Wow.
And Scouting definitely has and will continue to make a difference in the lives of these young people. So give that date again and the place.
November the 10th at the Tubman Museum. I left that out in my earlier appeal. Tubman Museum, November the 10th, beginning at 6:30 p.m.
This is a call to action. I'm your host, Alex Habersham, having interviewed Mr. Garrett Williams. I took his doctor title from him. Mr. Garrett Williams, the Executive Director of the Boy Scout Council of Central Georgia, and Reverend Paul Little, the Executive Pastor of Build Mount Zion Baptist Church. Thank you, guys. You all are doing a phenomenal job. We want to encourage everybody. We'll see you at the gala.
Yes, we'll see you there.
On all these awards. And what's that lady name who cooking again?
Chef Chelsea, Her Majesty's Kitchen out of Forsyth, Georgia. You're blown away by the meal.
You won't be disappointed.
Yes.
Yeah, you won't be disappointed because I'm going to let you know.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I want to hear your review. All right, this is a call to action. I'm your host, Alex Habersham. Don't forget,
to support the gala. Don't forget to support the scouting, and don't forget to spread the word as it relates to what scouting means and can mean and has meant to our community.
Yes.
I'm your host, Alex Habersham. Have a great day.
www.makingblackpages.com.
Hello, my name is Garrett Williams. I'm Scout Executive CEO of the Central Georgia Council Boy Scouts of America. We would like to tell you about an exciting event that we have coming up on Thursday, November the 10th, 6:30 p.m. It's called our Stronger Together Gala and will be held at the Tubman Museum.
Hello, my name is Paul Little, and I am the event chairman for this amazing event. It's going to be a night of food, fellowship, and entertainment as we're honoring some local game changers who are impacting the Middle Georgia community. That list includes Susannah Maddox,
Principal Bernard Young and Judge Shay Young,
Karen Middleton,
and Dr. Tanzy Kilcrease. To purchase tickets, go to our website, www.centralgeorgiacouncil.org.
We look forward to seeing you there.
The Central Georgia Council, BSA, is proud to announce this year's Stronger Together Gala, honoring our Whitney M. Young Jr. Service Award recipients. Join us and our keynote speaker, Otha Thornton, for this premier gathering at the Tubman Museum, November 10th. Honorees include Susannah Maddox, Karen Middleton, Honorable Shay Young, and Bernard Young. Also, we'll present Dr. Tanzy Kilcrease with the Fretwell Award for her outstanding leadership in education. Text STRONGER to 844-615-4269.
Get ready, Central Georgia.
This is Alex Habersham, publisher of the Making Middle Georgia Black Pages. I'm happy to inform the community, particularly business owners, that we're working on a new edition of the Making Middle Georgia Black Pages and Resource Guide.
Coming soon.
So call today. You need to be a part of this.
Your resource guide to identify Black-owned businesses throughout Central Georgia.
You either get your free listen and or your ad in the upcoming edition.
We try to make it very easy through our book, electronic and digital formats, and social media. Reserve your ad space today.
Call 478-464-0074.
Visit our website at makingblackpages.com.
You cannot afford not to advertise.
Download the app.
The new Making Middle Georgia Black Pages and Resource Guide is on the way.
Coming soon.